I think the real challenge with being authentic, like the real, like what really gets in our way is because we worry. What will other people think? That's what it comes down to. Other people's opinions. Right? That's what we worry about. I know that's what I worry about when I go out and speak, for example. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know me, my name is Joe Bakhmutsky. I am the founder of Power to Be Happy. I'm proud author of this book, Finding Hope in Times of Uncertainty, a guide to thriving in a challenging world of today. I'm a life coach. And for me, when I speak, for example, I'm worried. Are people going to judge me? Are they going to think I'm stupid or boring or, any of those things? And it's tough. And it gets to, because you start overthinking, right? You start, am I saying the right thing? Like, how do I look? How do I sound? Or, we start to get all of these things in our head. And we forget to be just real and authentic. And I think the way to go against it, the way to really counter that, is to set the intention. Whatever the situation might be, where you want to be at your authentic best, whether that's an important meeting at work, whether that's a conversation with your partner, whether that's something that you gotta do in your business, whatever that is for you, to just gotta ask yourself, what is my purpose here in this moment, in this situation? How do I want to come across? I think when we talk about being yourself, what I believe it really comes down to is being your best self. That's what matters. That's what people really want to see. That's how you want to come across. And being your best self comes down to your intention. Like, what does that look like for you? What does it really feel like for you? Like, what is it that you really have inside you that you really want to just shine, that you want to really get across to people? That's what matters. That's what's powerful. And that's what people want, isn't it? Like, nobody out there wants to see fake, right? Isn't it true? Like, people want to see the real you. People want to see the way you really are, the things that really light you up, your true values, things that you are passionate about, things that drive you onwards, right? Things that make you you. Nobody wants to be fake. Even if it's a situation, even if you find yourself in a moment that doesn't exactly inspire for authenticity. I've been in team meetings, where, the environment that is set up, it's kind of just designed to tick the box. And as a result, kind of people need to put on like a facade, they put on a particular face, and they come across in a particular way. So it may seem as kind of fake or inauthentic, but that's just because the situation isn't really calling for it. But everyone in this moment, I caught myself just, smiling when I didn't really feel like smiling, but I knew it was the right thing to do. I caught myself thinking, what? Everyone's like that. Everyone around me just is doing the same thing because the whole thing wasn't set up the right way. So I really believe that that's what sometimes throws us off. We feel that sometimes in authentic situations, they lead us to believe wrongly that being inauthentic is okay, that that's acceptable, that that's normal, and it's part of life. I don't think it is. I think people go with that sometimes. But I believe it is our duty, you, me, all of us, to show the more authentic, real you, because that's That's what people are dying to see in any situation, whether that's at work, whether that's in your community, whether that's with your family, right? That's what people want. Nobody wants to see someone who is perfect. No one wants to see someone who is something else, right? We know that everyone is different, and you've got unique capabilities. You've got unique qualities that really define you, and you choose what is it that you want to bring forward. That's why I talk about setting the right intention and asking, what is my purpose here? How do I want to come across? For me, I know that I want to come across as fun. I want to come across as interesting. I want to come across as real. And by real, I mean, for me, it means I just tell myself, it's just, Joe, you gotta say what you mean. You gotta get to the point. You gotta be direct. You gotta keep your promises. And that for me is how I set up that intention ahead of a situation where if I feel I might be thrown off, if I feel I gotta be worried, and that's, for example, when I speak, I spend a lot of time just before a speaking engagement, or just setting myself in the right frame of mind, putting myself in the moment, doing the things that inspire me to be present, to be. I do this, I did it just now actually. I do this like this 10-minute warm up, right? Where I do this. I wrote this play, like this short play a while ago. And I do act out this play, and this play is like it's 3 people. I just wrote this. Most people have never seen this and don't know that that's what I do, but I feel good about it because it puts me in the moment. I get to express myself. I get to use my voice. I get to use my body, and then after that, I sit down and I remind myself of my values. I have those things written down. And so intention is there. And it helps me to be more present and in the moment. I'm not suggesting you have to write a 10-minute play. I'm not suggesting you got to do any of that. But what I'm saying is, I think it's so important to think ahead of a situation, something that you feel is part of you. What is your purpose? How do you want to come across in that moment with this group of people, with that person? Because they'll feel that. That's not being inauthentic. You're just highlighting. You're bringing something like that is a part of you, but you really want it to come across. For example, if you're having a conversation with, let's say it's your partner, right? And you want to talk to them about something that's bothering you, something that is important. It's one of the intentions that you want to have there is you want to come across as someone who cares about them and their opinion. And you're going to come in and go, so for example, my intention when I'm having an important conversation with my wife is I want to come in and say, you know what, I'm going to listen. I'm really going to listen. I know I have an opinion. I always do. But I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen to what she has to say. I'm going to make sure that she feels heard so that we can figure something out together. That's my intention for that situation. And that's powerful because it helps me to be authentic, to be real. It allows me to connect with the person or with the group because I'm not being fake, and yet I'm just reminding myself that I'm focused on what it is that I want to achieve. And what it is that I want to achieve, for example, in that situation is I want to achieve sense of connectedness. I want to achieve a situation where we both feel understood, we feel heard, and we feel like we resolved something. Because listen, aren't we all afraid of being judged? Aren't we all afraid to be ridiculed, to be laughed at, or just ignored, right? One of the things that I really hate is when people ignore that. But we forget that everyone is like you, like me. Nobody wants those things. Nobody wants to be judged. Nobody wants to be ill-treated in some way. Everyone wants to be seen for who they truly are, deep on the inside. Everyone wants to come across as the real you. That's what we all strive to do. So I think that's so vital, that we always come into situations where we want to be able to expect the best and give the best. Because people expect you. That's not a pressure. That's just, rising up to something that you truly believe in inside. What inspires you? What drives you on? What you're passionate about? What is meaningful to you? That might be quiet and understated in one situation, but sometimes that could be loud and boisterous, and sometimes that could be really present and just listening. Different times call for different parts of you, and we want to be able to acknowledge and give praise and really highlight the things that make you you. The things that really make you shine, the things that you're proud of, to give the best of you, because we forget how good it feels to really be the best you. It feels so good, doesn't it, when you go into a situation and you're just there and you feel like things are flowing. That's why we get that sense of connectedness, that sense of flow. We get that sense of feeling good, when we're just being our best selves. When you let that happen, when you set the right intention for the situation where you want to be at your best, particularly if you gotta rise up to a moment, particularly when it's going to be challenging. Not only will you actually much more likely to get what you want out of that, but you're also so much more likely to feel good on the inside. Letting people see the real you. Because the truth is, inside of you, you're capable of anything. You're capable of anything. And I always say that because I know that the fact that you're here, you've been through things and you have suffered. But I want to remind you, and maybe you're still suffering right now, you're still going through a difficult time. But I want to remind you, my friend, that you're not alone. We may have, all of us, different journeys and but the struggles we share. You survived. You are here and you survived for a reason. To be happy. To be happy. So be your best, my friend. Give your best. Let it shine. My name is Joe Bakhmutsky, and I'm here to remind you, you have this incredible power to be happy. To seek greater clarity in everything that you do. To show up at your best, whatever that is for you, every single day. And to hold on to hope. No matter how difficult things get, that you, my friend, are enough. I want to thank you for being here. And if you want to support and a champion, someone in your corner, driving you to your best, supporting you in your transition, you're going through life change, to rediscover and reconnect with your sense of purpose, then you can count on me. And you can find out more about how I can support you, if that's what you're looking for one-on-one, when you read up on Clarity First. There is my one-on-one coaching program, and you can find out more about that when you go to powertobehappy.com. That's powertobehappy.com and click on the Clarity First link. Thank you for being here, my friend. look after yourself.